Hi guys, welcome by Making Mead 101. My name is Matt Akris and today we're going to make mead. To make mead you need some basic ingredients. One of course is the honey. And I have some big honey over here. Mostly any honey will do, but make sure you choose the right one. Most of the honey you choose is personal flavor or what's available for a good price. You need a pan to cook the honey in, of course. Water, very important. A big cooling pan. What's also important, a can where you can store the meat to be in. Yeah, that's this thing. Empty bottles for in the final stage, because well, you want to sell your honey, so you need some empty bottles. So make sure you know somebody who drinks a lot of wine. Find a local drifter with a lot of bottles. Yeast to bring up the alcohol process. A spoon, and make sure you have some tea for some extra flavor. You can also use chestnuts in it. Jasmine, lavender, sage, those things you can use also in it. I'm not going to do that today. I'm keeping it basic, so I'm only using some tea. Well, what you want to do first is you want to fill up the pan with water. Not completely full, but you know, fill enough, because you also have to add the honey. What else was I going to say? I don't know. Right, yeah, yeast, honey, some extra flavor, water, and something to heat it in. Well, pan of water. Put it on the gas, put it on, and then add the honey. It's roughly 2 pounds a gallon, 2 to 3 pounds a gallon, but you can find the recipe on my Facebook site. Links in the below. Alright. As with all things making mead, it's a little go by, try on, and yeah, well, that kind of thing. Well, this takes too long. I have a better idea. Good honey, this one. Well, then you're gonna stir the honey. Make sure you do that the right way. Toss that one out. Let it simmer for a while. Make sure it doesn't boil. And the end product should look a bit like this. Can be lighter, can be a little bit darker. Well, this will take a while. I'm adding the tea bag in it for a little bit of extra flavoring. Make sure the fire is not too hot, otherwise you will mess it up. You will mess up the honey. I'm going to put away this thing and I'm going to wash my hands because they're fucking sticky. That's not what I want. I already made a bit of honey wine before. It's in this big bag over here. It's cooling off. Maybe it's a good idea to show you that. This is how it should look. That's the honey wine. It's now cooling off. This is the honey. You have to stir it once in a while. Don't make it boil. And then you have to taste it. That's what I'm going to do now. Alright. Because it has to taste not too sour, not, yeah, well, it has to taste sweet. But, well, if you think it tastes good, it is good. So keep that in mind. If it tastes good, it is good. So, take another spoon. Sweet enough. That's the thing. The yeast. Well, most people will think, well, I have to throw it in that pan, you know, while you're still stirring. No, you don't do that. As you have seen, I have already some meat in here. This one is pretty cooled up already. So you put it in there, but I have to wait for that one. And then you mix the yeast with the slightly warm honey. So, let's wait. I think this one is pretty good already as well. Alright. So, take out the little tea bag. And if you have other products in it, make sure you take those out as well. You can also add products later on in the process, like look, I make another kind of honey, another kind of mead, and that's hallucinate mead. Usually I use tiny seeds for that, and I will put that in later. But since I'm not making that, forget that I said it. Let's keep it fucking basic. So, turn on the gas. And you toss the honey in here. Well, it's going to take a while for it to cool up. So, it's also a good time to throw in the yeast, I guess. It's not too hot. Tastes good. Where the fuck did I put the yeast? Out there. Then you put in the yeast. Since it's not boiling hot and it will dissolve quite easily. What I do myself is fuck, I should open that before. Just a tiny piece of salt, not too much, because you want to keep the honey sweet. I'm gonna stir. Alright. All we have to do now is fucking wait until it's ready to cool off. Yeah, well, that one might take a while. So when it's cooled off, I will show you the rest of the process, alright?